Well, hey there, parents and seniors. We're just over a week from graduation, and there are a few things to make sure that everyone knows about graduation day and a couple of things leading up to it. So that's the purpose of this video. So I would really encourage you to watch it from beginning to end and contact me if you have any questions. Graduation day is going to be a long day with a lot of things going on. So I'm going to be going over some very important information over the course of the next 5 or 6 minutes. So let's go ahead and dive in. First of all, leading up to that, there are two very important papers that are due by Friday, May 15th. The first one is a Project Grad permission slip. We had 155 students sign up for Project Grad on a Google form a few weeks ago, but please remember that that form was so that the prize and food committee could plan for food and prize shopping. And in case you're not sure what Project Grad is, you parents, it's a celebration on the night of graduation. We've been planning for it all winter and spring, and it's a great way to kind of send our graduates off into the real world. It's our last chance to kind of celebrate with them. Remember, though, that any student who attends must have a signed parent permission slip that must be turned in by this Friday. The second one is a graduation portrait order form. That one's definitely due by Friday because we have to organize all those graduation portraits so that we're ready on the morning of graduation practice. We take graduation portraits on the morning of graduation practice, so May 22nd. So I'll need all of those order forms and payments turned in by this Friday. Please get this information in both of these papers to me by the 15th because we need to focus our attention next week on getting graduation set up and coordinated. And we don't want to be distracted by having to collect papers and that kind of thing because it's easy for that stuff to get lost or overlooked. Next, let's talk about graduation day, May 22nd. And I'm going to start from the morning and I'm going to go all the way through the day. For those students who will receive GPA honors, which is an honor cord and or a stole, remember that your final semester grades and your final exams are included in that calculation. So after you take your finals, we'll be calculating cumulative GPAs Thursday night, and we'll pass out those cords and stoles on Friday morning. Those students need to be at the school by 7:30 a.m. on Friday, May 22nd to pick those up. But since Infinite Campus won't accurately reflect your GPA until well after the school lets out, we have to calculate those on a spreadsheet, and we'll email recipients on Thursday night in case you're not sure if you get one. So if you're not sure, just keep a lookout for that email, and I'll send that out to everybody on Thursday evening. Next, let's talk about graduation practice. And there are three very important details that all graduates and parents need to know. First, if you're planning on participating in the graduation ceremony, in the commencement ceremony on Friday night, you're required to be at graduation practice fully prepared on the morning of the 22nd. If you're not at practice, you can't participate in the ceremony. The only exception to that is for those track athletes who are going to be participating in the state track meet that day, and I'll talk to those students at the end of this video. Second, per district policy, all fees, including cafeteria fees, school fees, and library or Chromebook fees, must be taken care of in order to participate in graduation and graduation practice. You should have been made aware of any outstanding fees, so please get that taken care of before May 22nd. If you show up for graduation practice with outstanding fees, you'll take care of those that morning, which delays graduation practice for everybody else. Now, if you need financial help, talk to the office ahead of time. Go to wherever those fees are owed and talk to them because there may be financial assistance available. But the morning of graduation practice is not the time to arrange that. Take care of it ahead of time because, like I said, that's just going to delay practice for everybody else and slow us down. The morning of graduation practice should be about getting practice in and out. And third, commencement is meant to celebrate all of our graduates and your time at Boyle County High School, and we make it a classy affair. All graduates are required to be in proper graduation dress for graduation practice, and this is for a couple of reasons. First, we'll be taking graduation portraits that morning, including a class of 26 photo with all of our graduates, so everyone needs to be dressed for that photo. And second, we want to make sure that all graduates have proper attire, so we want to check it that morning. Dress code and the regalia policy has been sent out a couple of times and is available on the graduation station webpage if you need it, and I'll send that out again. If you need help with proper attire, talk to me or Miss Hensley in the Youth Service Center this week, and we will make sure that you have what you need. There's really no excuse not to have proper attire as long as you come talk to us and take care of that ahead of time. And let me stress that we want commitment to be a classy affair, so we do have some minimum standards such as dress shoes, dress pants for men, collared shirts, no t-shirts, no Crocs or flip-flops, things like that. Colors are not important on the dress code or dress guidelines. It mentions in a couple of places about colors that look good. There's no requirement for any colors. That's just in there to kind of tell you what would look good when you're wearing a cap and gown. But if you need help with any kind of graduation attire, we will make sure that you have what you need. But talk to us early so that we can get you what you need. Don't wait till that morning, because once again, that's going to delay practice for everybody. All right, next. If everyone comes to practice prepared and ready, portraits and practice should be done well before 11 o'clock. At that time, for those graduates who plan to participate in the Rebel Walk, which is a final walk through Perryville, Junction City, Woodlawn Elementaries, as well as the middle school, to say goodbye to your old teachers, your brothers, sisters, cousins, and younger friends, you'll have one final lunch at school. Then we will board buses around noon, I'm not exactly sure of the time, to go to those destinations. If you're not doing the Rebel Walk, as soon as graduation practice is over, you'll be able to leave for the day. Okay. So next, let's talk about commencement, the actual graduation ceremony. For graduates, you need to be in the English hallway in your assigned room by 6:30 p.m. Rooms will be assigned alphabetically starting near the front of the hallway, and then we'll go down the hallway. You'll be organized by team. So the A's, B's, and C's will be at the end of the hall, closest to the lobby, and then we'll go back from there. So you need to come in, find your room, and then your team teacher will help to get everybody lined up. We'll check to make sure everybody's in good shape, and we'll get you ready. Okay, I encourage you to park at the Performing Arts Center and then enter from the back entrance of the school beside Miss Grider and Miss Rush's room. Only graduates will be allowed through that entrance. Everybody else is going to have to come in through the front or through the special seating entrance on the side, which I'll talk about in just a second. Now, for families coming to graduation, the doors will open at 6:30 p.m. If you requested floor seating, special seating with floors because you can't climb stairs or need access to the sign language interpreter or anything like that, the side door in the back of the school will be open at 6:15. So it's in the student parking lot will be open at 6:15. So those attendees can come in early and you can find your seats without having to fight the crowd. Those seats will be labeled with the graduate's name, and if the graduate provided us with your name, then your name will be on those seats as well. Now, for the purposes of making sure that those folks can get in easily, only the folks with special seating tickets can enter through those doors. The rest of the graduation party have to come in through the front doors at 6:30. Okay. Now our ushers will be there to help those folks find their seats, so that should go pretty smoothly. And then finally, let's talk about Project Graduation. For those students who signed up, we'll open the front doors of the school at 11 p.m. and lock them at midnight. This is an all-night lock-in. If you're not there by midnight, you won't be let in, so make sure that you arrive on time. For students who signed up and who turned in a permission slip but don't show, please be advised that we're going to call your parents to let them know that you're not there. And this is purely for your safety. We want your parents to know where you are on graduation night if they expect you to be at Project Grad. Also, no outside food or drink is allowed, so leave that at home or leave it in your vehicles. There will be plenty of food and drink for the night, so trust me, you don't have to worry about that. We've been working hard to make sure that we have a great Project Grad. And if you do choose to leave early, we will have to call your parents and let them know that you're leaving before you'll be allowed to leave. And again, this is for your safety. We'll party through the night till about 4 a.m., and then we'll come to the cafeteria for the final prize giveaways. And then once that's done, probably around 5:30, we'll kick you guys out and we'll see you off for that final time. And then you are now an alumni of Boyle County High School. Okay. Now, specifically for the state track meet participants, let me talk a little bit about that. First of all, don't stress. We've got you guys taken care of. Obviously, you won't be at graduation practice. Your team teachers will be there Friday night to help you get in line, so just show up when you're supposed to. Find your team, which again will be alphabetically down the English hallway, and we'll get you taken care of, and your team teacher will be there to make sure that you know what's going on. As long as you get in line and follow everybody else, things will be fine. Okay. Regarding graduation portraits for you guys, our photographer, Kirk Schley, will be setting up on Thursday afternoon to take your portraits. As soon as we have a specific time that he's going to be set up and ready, I'll convey that information to those athletes. Even if you're not planning to buy portraits, you senior track athletes, we'd still like for you to show up on Thursday afternoon or evening so that we can take a group photo, which is going to be included in the full group photo that we're going to take on Friday. Okay, so we're going to kind of Photoshop it in, but Kirk and I have talked, and between my technical skills and Kirk's photography skills, we're confident that we can get a seamless photo that includes everybody. So you won't even be able to tell that they were taken separately. All right. So I think I've covered it all. If you have any questions, please contact me. And let's make the most of this last week of school. Graduates, congratulations to the class of 26, and we look forward to celebrating with you guys.